Hello, my name is Natalie. I'm the owner and master stylist at Retreat Hair and author of the book Love Your Hair, Discover Your Best Hairstyle. Welcome to a special interview that I have been keen to bring you, and I finally have it ready. This topic is about embracing your white hair. I have a very special guest joining me, and what is so special about my guest is that she has been through the whole process and come out the other side with the most amazing confidence, and I can't wait to hear her talk us through her highs, lows, her color transition from colored hair to color-free hair. I'm going to ask her about her fears, hesitations, excitement, the process, and arrival into full, natural, color-free hair. My guest name is Penny. A big welcome to you, Penny. Thank you for saying yes to this interview, a chat with Nat.
Hi,
Penny,
Nat.
I have asked you here to join me for two very fitting reasons. Firstly, you're a salon guest of mine that I have taken through a color transition. And secondly, you are a very inspiring woman to me for the trust and honesty you have shared through your stages of life that has allowed me to help evolve your hairstyles. Of course, there are like a list of other achievements I admire you for, but to trust your hairstylist is very humbling and a respected gift. And I feel that it has contributed to always achieving a hairstyle over the years that has so well aligned with you at that time. So I feel privileged to have known you for as long as I have, and believe the experience with your style journey is one that other women could relate to. So I'm really excited to hear your story. And I think that there are many other women right now who are contemplating the idea of growing out their white hairs, or maybe have even begun the process and are feeling a bit unsure about the decision they made. So I believe this chat will be great insight from you having been through the experience. So let's begin with acknowledging that you and your hairstyle journey has almost seen every hairstyle you can think of. Would you agree?
Totally. And I've loved every bit, by the way. And yes, you're right. Like, my time with you has been amazing because you've enabled me to enjoy a lot of different styles. Yeah.
So
it's about 16 years or so that
17.
I've been coming to your salon. 17.
Yes,
you
17.
got the records.
I lived for a long time. Because looking at you now,
Yeah.
for anyone who's only known or come to know you now, would probably never believe that you used to run a pretty chic pixie cut.
I did. I had short hair for probably 14 years, 15 years, I'd say. It was through my 40s and early 50s. Yeah. So maybe 13.
It feels like, from as long as I've known you, the biggest part of the time I've known you, you've had very short hair.
Yeah. Actually, yes, I did have short hair before I started seeing you. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take you back. I know to walk you through the early days, and we're going to just think back to the beginning, your color transition. What you may have felt hesitant about when you're still coloring your hair, but that decision to start working in your white hairs. Talk us through your thoughts, your hesitations, or how you felt.
Yeah. I definitely didn't want to experience an obvious regrowth of growing it out. That, for me, I just could not have done that. And so I had contemplated going natural for a while, but just thought, no, I just couldn't, because I thought that was the only way. And then just in a discussion with you at the salon, you sort of revealed to me that it didn't have to be that way, that you knew how to enable a transition that was undetectable. And it's exactly what you did for me.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I'm so wrapped. And people were almost unaware that I was going through that process because it was blonde.
Well, see, that was
blonde.
Something I was going to ask you. Did you, at that beginning stage, kind of decide to keep that to yourself and just kind of, see how it developed in the beginning, or were you kind of more excited to share all your thoughts and ideas of what you wanted to do? For some women, I think it can be a bit, the feedback you get can either put you off or motivate you. What was your feeling? Did you share that early?
100% kept it to myself. because of that very reason that you just said, that if you talk to people, you might not want to hear what they say. It's kind of like, don't tell anybody the name of your thinking for your baby.
Yes.
It affects you, the way you're thinking about that particular thing. So for me, I definitely was keeping it to myself. I didn't even really discuss it with my family.
Yeah.
So and also I knew that it was such a slow process too. I had lots of time to think,
which I think is a good
and
thing, not to have
get used to it.
rush.
Yeah.
And to slowly put it in. So at any stage at the beginning of getting your mind around the idea that you might, start working in your natural color, and maybe you might have been unsure of whether you're even going so far ahead as to imagine it full natural, but just at least using some of it. Did the stigma or the thought of old come across your mind? Was that something
definitely was something that I was conscious of, because I thought that might happen. And I think probably, when you listen to what people say about people who go grey in our society, that like societal conditioning that we women are hearing all the time, that messaging that, if you do go grey, you supposedly letting yourself go, you're not paying as much attention to yourself or your grooming. It did play on my mind a little, but the more the regrowth came through and the more I liked what I was seeing, because initially I had no clue what I had dyed my hair for that many years. I had no clue what my grey would look like.
Of course. I mean, it's not like a colour that we get to experience at any other age. So
as I saw my natural hair come through, I did like it. I was surprised how much I liked it.
Then?
Yeah, and my grey is a white grey, and that was kind of cool, and also the pattern that was evolving. So so my fears were relieved after several months and a bit of a sign of how it would look. Right. Yeah.
When I'm meeting someone for the first time again who is deciding on embarking on that journey, it's something I'm very aware of, that it's not like you've tried and tested that color. You're jumping into such the unknown, and that's what's so scary too. Plus all the the ideas and stigmas around, oh, you're going to let yourself go, or you're going to look old. Is that what you want? Because they can be. Which actually kind of leads me into my next question was: have you experienced, even if before you fully transitioned, but where you were starting to embrace it, what was the feeling you had of the idea of what your circle of friends thought about women who went their natural color?
I was initially inspired by the amazing grey hair movement on Instagram. So that's what made me think, I could actually do this. So that whole collective of women being so positive and supportive, that I really leaned on that. It's how you wear it, right? It's how you present yourself, and if it's with confidence that I'm just owning this.
Yes.
And also how you dress yourself too. Like, if you're making effort into looking, pretty smart, then naturally your hair's going to look super cool. So yeah.
And you know what? I would say that saying is true no matter what hair color you have.
And the other thing that's kind of cool, it's sort of been my experience, is now that it's fully grey and it's a bit longer too.
Very long.
Yeah, I can't believe that it's this long, seriously. Anyway, blame lockdown. But no, I'm going to keep going. I'll keep going and see. Anyway, you can talk a bit about that later. But the fact that, your hair is grey and, you're a bit older, obviously, and the way you dress is kind of like a bit of a juxtaposition here, because, you can dress really smart and have long grey hair and walk with confidence. Really have your own presence. It's just, it's something quite different.
This is something I'm just going to throw at you, because I've been watching. There was
before you do throw. Can I finish that last question?
Oh my God! Am I racing? I'm racing.
No.
All right, you just like do that when we're ready.
So with women in real life, because I talked about women in, in the virtual world, well, there's real connections with real people, but with women in my real life, I purposely didn't discuss my decision to go grey. I just did it, and when I had done it, that's when I realized that there were other friends who wanted to do the same and were giving it a go too.
You
So I
inspired
didn't.
them.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. They probably were tuned into the grey hair movement too.
Mhm.
But
I think you're a bit
yeah,
modest. I think you definitely would have inspired them because it does take
I don't
sometimes
know.
someone that then you feel like you have permission, because it takes a lot to be the first one in a circle of friends to
Mm,
move outside, particularly if you've had that friendship group. Okay, this is my opinion, but I feel like when you've had a friendship group for a long time and that's how they've known you, we are creatures of habit. And when someone steps outside and changes the dynamics away from what you've known and everyone around you've known for so many years, I think it is quite inspiring. I would be inspired by that.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's okay.
Definitely, because it's something different for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
ask my next question?
Yes, you may.
So it's on topic. It's lovely. It's evolving exactly where I wanted to go. So I was
Yeah,
going to say, and I think you've already answered it. Is it? Do you feel that your look is now, your hair color, natural, color free, and your length and your style really aligns with who you are right now? Do you feel like it's all telling the same story from inside to out?
absolutely, absolutely, without a doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
quite amazing. And had you asked me when I was, in my 40s, that I would, choose to go natural and choose to have long hair as well, as I was getting close. I'm only like a year and a bit off 60. I just know I would have gone back to the cropped hair, and I don't know, it just
yeah,
would never imagine doing this. But the older I've got, the more I've embraced being natural. Well, not that I've always been natural, and I've never been one for wearing makeup. And um, but as you age, you see the signs of aging, and I've learnt to kind of love the process and seeing the wrinkles as they appear, and the things that are happening
yeah,
to your body. Changing my mindset, embracing it
yeah.
and loving it, because it's life. We all age, and the hair was my only thing that I was, it wasn't natural. I had the blonde bob.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was just to follow. I think it was just an evolving.
Yeah.
And so I feel complete being,
Well, I
100%
feel like
natural.
you can feel that energy from you, and I think you're definitely well aligned. I was going to ask
Mm,
you. I've had women that I've seen for the first time as well, that I've spent time with, and I've gotten to know them. I've talked about where they are in their life at that time, so therefore what their lifestyle's like, how they like to manage their hair. So really kind of tapping into who they are to help design a style that's going to be very much where they are, but trying to also bring out more confidence when you get the style right for the right person. Do you feel that this is your forever look, or you still feel that you're open to evolving from here?
yeah, I would never feel like I'm at my forever look, because I know
Because we keep changing. You just said it. We keep evolving, right?
right, every decade I've lived,
Yes.
I've been in a different mindset. So
Yeah.
I can't say what I'd want in my 60s.
Yeah.
I might go back to a sharp bob, or I might go really short and
But you're
grey and
open to it,
funky. Who
right?
knows? But I'm
Yeah.
totally open to it.
Yeah. I
Yep,
think that's just
yep.
a really healthy place to be. And there's no rush. It's just
Mm,
it's based on a feeling.
yeah,
And I think life changes without warning anyway. I mean, look at us here in Corona lockdown. So
yeah.
you just don't know what's around the corner. But I think to not feel that this is it, I've got to maintain this, which is pressure. And that creates,
Mm,
a bit of anxiety. I think to stay very loose and open to the fact that we are evolving, I think is a really healthy
yeah.
frame of mind to have for hairstyle direction as well. I was going to say, I've always admired your trust and openness to tweaking your hairstyle. So
that's because you're so good. I just, can't go wrong.
I'll give you about 20 minutes to stop.
All right.
I've lost my train of thought. I got to.
Oh, sorry.
No. Oh, good. No. So, being all natural now, as you are, I can only imagine you draw a lot of new audience, like an audience of eyes that maybe from strangers that you might be out. Well, when we can go back out, that people have noticed and admired. Tell me about your reactions you've had from other women that you don't know, who see you with this amazing silver long hair.
It's really funny that people don't really comment. Strangers don't really make a comment to me. Occasionally, yes, and it's been lovely. And it's usually women a lot younger than me, which is great. I totally love that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think that when I had the short hair, people commented all the time. When I had the blonde bob, because it was such a beautiful blonde that you created, people commented. But I think
I'll give you another 20 minutes.
Oh yeah. But I think it's an aspect, I think, of perhaps respect that people would feel a bit too cheeky to comment on someone having natural hair. I think.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of, because I'm used to people saying, "Oh, I love your hair," whatever, or "Where do you go?" I used to give out your cards all the time. But
this is not a paid
not so much of this.
This is not a paid interview at all.
No. But I am a client of yours, and I'm a very happy client. So
But I love this. What I love is that you're open to sharing the journey and the experience. And we'll talk more about your length. In fact, I'll probably even jump there right now. I was going to say that I feel, and this is just a feeling I got in doing your hair and in the chats we've had in the salon, that you were even, I would almost argue, slightly more apprehensive or unsure of you with long hair than you were of transitioning, I have to say, because I don't think anyone would believe that you actually have very fine hair. And that was one of the concerns. Like, if we went longer, how long could we get before it started to look too fine to have long hair? And I'll even admit, your hair has surprised me. I think the longer it gets, the more amazing it seems to keep performing. But you do have healthy hair. I do want to say that.
Okay. Yes.
And I just want to throw in, it's I do believe that having healthy hair means having a healthy inside. So having a good healthy diet does definitely contribute to scalp health, hair health. And I think your inspiration with the length that you have to anyone else is that you can achieve this when you do take care of yourself as well. I mean, I know we all have things happen, and but generally I have been quite in awe of how amazing your hair has looked as that length has grown.
I've been very surprised myself. Seriously. I just thought I might get to this length, to be able to maintain some length, and not have it look really limp. But I can't believe how I do have to put product in, to give it some body and lift, And you did it. You did a little bit of layering too, which has helped. But how it is around my face, how you designed it to look. So I can part it anywhere. I can put it back, like off my face. I can wear it forward. It's very, very versatile. So yes, that's definitely helped with the look of fullness. Yeah.
Would you say having long hair makes you feel different, or does it allow you to be a different Penny?
It does in a way.
I think it would.
Especially, it definitely does. Something that I didn't expect to experience, really. But when you designed the cut that was a bit layered, I don't know, it just felt a little bit more sassy, or a little bit more rock chick. But I love rock chick. My husband's a guitarist. I'm used to all that whole thing. So I love that kind of look, and wearing it up. Like, I do wear it up a lot, just with daily things. But it still looks cool. Up.
Awesome. Well, because you can pull bits out and still frame your face, so it's not quite so severe. But you could do severe too if you want. I think that's what's so great about loving your hair, is that you've got options and you can play around. So would you say you
Yeah.
miss short hair or not right now?
So sometimes I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I
Yeah.
really did love having short hair.
Yeah.
Um, just it was very easy to care for, obviously.
Yes.
And and it was lots of fun. Well, we did play with color a lot with it.
Yes.
So
Do you miss
yeah,
colouring it?
I guess. Do I miss coloring? No, I don't miss coloring.
Not the regrowth. I'm going to separate this. I'm going to really pick your brain. Do you miss
Yeah,
having colour as opposed to do you miss the regrowth and the maintenance?
yeah. No, I feel like I experimented a lot with color,
Yeah.
and I'm quite satisfied that I
Perfect.
had all that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it
And
out.
I don't no, I do not feel the need to experiment with color.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I try and wash it 2 to
Yes.
3 times a week.
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
Yeah.
It
Perfect.
really is. So, and I notice that it's very healthy as a result of that as well. And I don't use heat on it.
Beautiful.
But this is advice from you, and I do watch your videos, your
Yeah.
YouTube tutorials. I seriously have learnt so much from you, just in person, but also watching the educational things that you create. Is not applying heat to my hair. I really try and avoid that,
Yeah.
just to maintain the best health
Yeah.
that I can for
And
it.
I think that
Yeah,
shows for itself. So I think
yeah.
again, it's like, there's the result right in front of you. What
Mm.
would you say to women who are looking at you and thinking, yeah, I'd love that, but I could never have that because my hair isn't as white as Penny, or isn't as, it isn't that color, or they're on the fence. What would you say to them who are right at the beginning of, should I, should
Um, well, what I didn't say before was in the back of my mind, I did have the option of going back to color, and
as
that
a
made
safe, like
my
as a little safety net?
yeah, that was my safety net,
Yeah,
and I
that's
had
good.
nothing to lose. And because the transition was not a painful one, it was very easy, the whole process. Um, so I persisting until I think I got a reveal moment when it was probably grown out about 3 inches,
Mhm.
and I was able to, when I put it back, I could, hide all the dyed hair, and I could see the pattern that was evolving, and I could actually picture how it might look.
Just if you can give it that little bit of extra time just to see enough around your face, that I
Yeah.
think the motivation and inspiration then starts to build. You
Yep,
just got to push
definitely,
that little bit
definitely.
more. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And having a
yeah.
hairdresser on board, right?
I'm totally having a hairdresser on board.
It's still a little controversial within a lot of salons and stylists are not.
Yes.
I was speaking to a leader within the industry the other day, and she was still kind of like, she goes, "Oh, I've got a friend who was talking about." So she's the hairdresser, and she was telling me about a friend of hers who has gone silver or natural, and she goes, "I don't know why she did it because it makes her look old." And I was shocked that as a hairdresser she's saying that. But I said, "Does she love it?" She goes, "Oh, she totally loves it." I'm thinking, well, that must look good, like it. And she
Right.
goes, "Oh," I said, "Well, maybe, she says she had a haircut." "Oh, she hadn't had a haircut for a while. She's just all natural." I said, "Well, send it to me." But I do think keeping a nice hairstyle around it um, helps, because I believe
Totally.
if you've got a great haircut, then it distracts
Mm.
from color at all. And at the beginning
Yeah.
stages, that's a good thing, because it's not
Yes.
about, what you're growing out or what's going on, but the haircut actually
Yeah.
takes over and is the wow factor.
Yeah.
And that helps with self-confidence, and it can help really push through those early days of growing it out. Would you agree
Yeah.
with that? Yeah.
I would agree. Yep. And for me, I wasn't afraid because I had it probably this long, and my regrowth, my grey had grown mostly down to about here, I think. And you suggested getting the short bob.
Yes.
That was a great thing to do for me
Right.
because it just removed most of the dyed color, but it just suddenly felt like um, my transition became so much easier.
Yeah.
It was just like starting again. However, it was still long enough, still be able to style
Yes.
it and everything. But, and it, and it grew from there. Pretty much I've been growing it from that. And
Yes.
that was 2 years ago. So really, yeah, just being open to just advice, about how persisting through the grey journey, open to styling that might help the process a bit more.
Yeah.
Because once we did cut that sharp bob, you started to layer cut.
Yes.
And that by doing the layering, that changed the style, but it also was a way of eliminating remaining dyed.
It just fast forwards
of
a
hair.
little bit more. Yeah. And that's the point where you just want to get rid of it then, because you are so happy to like see what you've got. So
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Well, look, I have really enjoyed this chat and hearing about your experience and style transition journey and insight into your amazing new chapter of your life. Thank you so much for sharing. Before I finish up, I'd like to finish the interview by playing a game of Would You Rather, if you're willing to join.
As long as they're good questions.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh. Try anyway.
Oh, it's always fun. All right, let's have a game of Would You Rather. Okay, would you rather your hair slick and straight or soft and wavy?
Ooh. Naturally for me is slick and straight.
Okay. All right.
I mean, no, I shouldn't say that. When I style it, I think it's easier for me to style it slick and straight.
Okay.
However, I do like it. I do like it wavy as well.
Yeah. Okay. It's a nice beachy look on you. Okay. Would you rather bushwalking or swimming?
Oh, both. A lot.
I know.
Swimming.
Don't make it really hard.
Swimming.
Swimming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather Greek food or Thai food?
Thai.
Thai?
Because I don't eat much meat these days with a vegan and a vegetarian in the house.
Yeah. So it's a nice treat then.
So I can't, Greek is a lot of meat.
Doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't have to be. I know. Careful what you say.
All right. Would you rather photography or pottery?
Oh, Nat. They're my two loves.
I hate making this easy.
Yeah. Well, photography, because that's really where I've directed my artistic passions in recent years. However, I do have a love of pottery, and I did it over a year ago. I got back into it a little bit, but I imagine my dream is to have a studio and, get back into it more.
Pottery?
Fully, pottery.
Pottery, wow.
Yeah, I want to be a potter in my 70s.
Oh my God, I love this. The insight into Penny's world, where she's going, can't wait. And then someone can photograph, right?
Right, yeah.
All right. Would you rather, what was the answer there? Photography for now. Okay.
It's photography for now.
Okay, so would you rather being in a photo shoot or being in a TV commercial?
Photo shoot for sure.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather, how is she going to like this one? A German Shepherd dog or a Spoodle dog?
It's a German Shepherd.
Of course.
Nothing beats German Shepherd.
I'll agree with you there.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather the sound of an acoustic guitar or bass guitar?
Acoustic guitar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you rather reliving your 40s or your 50s?
Ooh. 50s. Yep.
I was hoping you'd say that, because I think you have really shone in your 50s, as in come into yourself.
I have. Yeah. But my focus in my 40s was other people, my family. I very much gave of myself, and
there's nothing wrong with that. But
I think totally.
I
don't regret it. Yeah,
I just love hearing a woman say they're 50. Because I just think it's definitely being embraced at the moment. But I think if we really look within, it is our time to shine, and there's nothing wrong with evolving to the next stage and embracing everything there is about it. You'd think I was that age group now, but I can't wait to be.
Yeah. I think it's how I feel inside is my reason for answering that.
Yeah.
Because and now I've had time to actually self-reflect more in my 50s, more so than I did. I was too busy to actually do that with family life and work and everything. So my 50s has allowed me to actually discover more who I am.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
So almost done, not yet. Would you rather living by the sea or the wineries of the Yarra Valley?
Ooh, by the sea.
I thought you'd say
that. 100%. With a glass in hand.
Yeah. Take a bit of both.
Yeah, why not?
Would you rather a formal outfit in pants or a dress?
A dress. Although I'm not a dress person. I have to say pants. I have to say pants.
Okay.
But when I think of formal, pants.
I feel like
if they're long enough though, they have to be long enough.
Any very tall people.
My legs are ridiculously long.
This is Penny and this is Nat. Love it. Except when you're sitting in the styling chair, you're just my height.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather holding and reading a book or listening on Audible?
I enjoy both actually, because listening on Audible is great. Like I do a lot of gardening, and my biggest pleasure is to listen and garden. I listen to podcasts and things like that too. But look, reading a book, I would say reading.
Okay.
There's nothing like the pleasure of allowing yourself the time to really enjoy a book. Yeah.
It's kind of
harder these days.
Itself. Yeah. And last, would you rather a casual hair day with a messy hair bun or hair out and free?
Casual hair day with a messy hair bun, only because that's what I do most of the time. It annoys me if it's out and I've got things to do.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I think I'd put it back too. Most people would. And we're done. Thank you, Penny.
We're done.
Wait to see your next styling chapter of your hairstyle journey, and maybe get you back to see what that looks like with your pottery studio and amazing hairstyle.
Yes. Yes. With my funky crop do and clay all over me. Yeah. Whatever women's choices are with their hair is perfectly fantastic for them. Don't listen to anybody. Do what's right for you. Yeah.
Great rule for life in general.
Yeah, exactly. And thanks, Nat. I really enjoyed it. And thanks for convincing me to do this, because, it's not my natural thing.
More natural than me.
Thanks, awesome. Nat.
No worries. Thank you so much. Take care.
See ya. Bye-bye. I did it. Okay.
You did it. Yay. I think it's going to be really good.
Did I wind up enough?
Oh, is that want to do another wind up? Thank you,
Penny. I said goodbye properly.
Okay. Now we're done. Oh, my hair.
Thanks, Nat. Oh shit, that was fun. Actually, anyway, I could see it was getting flat. I wanted to give it another zhuzh. Never mind.
No,
it's real.
It's exactly. I love that look. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's so. Yeah. I'm loving the length. I can't actually imagine at the moment. Although I do always look ahead for everybody, all my guests. If I see something and then someone I'm looking after will pop into my head and be like, "That's them." I could see this on them, and I don't ever know exactly when that may be the direction we go. Not to mirror an image, but just an inspiration photo. And I've done this with you. I've had inspiration photos where I've just kind of just pop that in your album, and we'll discuss it. And I love that too, because I always like looking forward, as in, we don't stay the same. I believe that, and it's nice to have something exciting, another look, another style that's waiting for you. And I find that by showing a photo to somebody, this is letting you into how I navigate through the psychology of brains of the people I work with, is that it does allow me then to, I think when you can show someone a photo and say, look, I think this could be, you know, something we do down the track, or, you know, moving into another style, and then say no more. And then just each time I see that person, you know, the conversation kind of builds, and I feel them just naturally evolve out of one hairstyle and embrace another. And it's always with excitement rather than apprehension. Again, I think you always got to be you got to be in the right frame of mind to enter a new look, because then it aligns. I know that's a bit too deep.
Yeah. Well, no, that's good. And like planting the seeds also. I mean, that's just how, well, it's life really. Seeds get planted all the time.
Yes, that's true.
On all aspects. So, you know,